GMNA uses artificial intelligence for generated speech, visuals, and production. AI-generated content may contain errors. Please verify important information before making decisions or taking action.
Good evening. A 3 million Mega Millions ticket was just sold at a local store, and we've got the latest surf and weather forecast for our Jersey Shore beaches amid a statewide tornado watch. Wildwood is lighting up the night for America's 250th birthday. Over to you, Jake.
The plaza on the boardwalk will begin screening The Grinch today, with showtimes at noon, 3 p.m. and 6 p.m., offering a festive summer movie experience.
Tickets are priced at $5 each. Children under 10 enter free, and a holiday-themed snack bar will serve popcorn, hot cocoa, and candy canes.
The event runs through July 24, and a local volunteer choir will lead a sing-along after the final evening showing, with parking available at Main Street lot.
We've got a busy morning ahead, so with the Grinch lighting up the plaza, let's get started and dive into today's news. Good evening, Wildwood. Acme on Delaware Avenue in North Wildwood made headlines last Wednesday when the New Jersey Lottery confirmed that a Mega Millions ticket sold their hit the 3 million jackpot. The winning numbers were announced by the state lottery earlier this week, and the ticket, purchased at the family-run shop, was the sole winner of the draw. Local officials noted the surprise win has added a buzz to the area, with neighbors stopping by the store to hear the news. The New Jersey Lottery said the prize will be paid out according to standard procedures, and Acme's owner expressed gratitude for the community's excitement. While the jackpot is modest compared with larger draws, the 3 million payout is a significant boost for anyone holding the ticket, and it's already sparking conversation across town.
NJ101.5's latest beach report shows a warm day along the Jersey Shore, with temperatures climbing into the high 70s and light breezes from the east. The water will be a comfortable 82 degrees, perfect for a dip. Swell is moderate, around 2 to 3 feet, building to 4 feet by late afternoon, creating fun but manageable surf for most skill levels. Lifeguard stations report calm conditions early, though a brief gusty period is expected around midday, bringing occasional choppy patches. Tide charts indicate a high tide around noon, followed by a low tide late evening, giving ample window for swimmers and boarders. The forecast calls for clear skies through the night, so sunset strolls along Wildwood Boardwalk will be pleasant. Residents and visitors can use this outlook to plan their beach day with confidence.
Last Thursday, strong currents swept a family of 3 off the sand along the Wildwood's coastline. A passerby, whose name was not released, waded into the surf repeatedly, managing to pull each family member to safety. Witnesses said the water was turbulent, and the rescuer braved the rolling waves several times before the family was completely out of danger. Emergency crews arrived shortly after, confirming that all 3 were unharmed. The quick action drew praise from local officials, who noted the importance of staying aware of changing conditions at the beach. Officials emphasized the risks that can develop suddenly along the shore and the impact one person can have when they step in to help. After the rescue, lifeguards performed a brief safety check on the family, and nearby beachgoers applauded the passerby's courage.
The National Weather Service has placed a tornado watch over all 21 counties in New Jersey, Wildwood included, as thunderstorms, hail, and flash flooding threats intensify this afternoon. Meteorologists say the watch remains active through the remainder of the day, urging anyone outdoors to seek sturdy shelter and keep a weather radio handy. The service highlighted the potential for rapidly rotating funnels, accompanied by heavy rain that could overwhelm low-lying areas. Emergency managers in each county are monitoring river gauges and road conditions, ready to issue localized warnings if flooding worsens. Residents are asked to stay alert, avoid travel on exposed bridges, and follow any updates from local officials. The watch will stay in effect until the threat diminishes later this evening, and forecasters will continue to assess the evolving situation.
Seahorse Farm Winery has turned a historic horse training farm in Cape May into a new tasting destination. The venture, led by a retired surgeon, opened its doors in June and is now welcoming visitors to sample small batch wines crafted on site. The renovated barns retain the original equestrian feel while offering a modern tasting room and a patio overlooking the fields. Wine enthusiasts can explore a rotating selection of reds, whites, and sparkling varieties, each paired with stories of the farm's past. The opening adds the first winery to this historic property, expanding Cape May's tourism offerings beyond its famed beaches. Local officials noted the development brings fresh economic activity and gives residents another spot to gather over a glass of locally produced wine. The winery also hosts weekend tour that showcase the farm's transformation and the winemaking process. Up next, we'll explore the Back Bay redevelopment progress, how it's reshaping our boardwalk, then more coming up. We will be right back.
If you run a venue, a comedy night, a concert, a fundraiser, you already know the hardest part isn't the show. It's selling the seats. Theaterfiller changes that. In minutes, you're set up with your own ticketing page, QR code delivery, and a door scanner. No technical headaches. No middleman taking a cut of your night. Your event, your tickets, your revenue. Go to theaterfiller.com and fill every seat.
Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for staying with us. Here's the latest weather outlook, then we'll head straight to our local stories reporter.
City officials said today that the long-awaited Back Bay redevelopment is moving forward on the eastern shoreline. The mixed-use plan will combine apartments, shops, and public parkland, giving residents fresh waterfront living options and new neighborhood cafes. Construction crews have already broken ground on the first residential tower, and the city expects the initial phase to be ready for occupancy within the next few years. The project also includes a pedestrian promenade that will link existing bike paths to downtown, making it easier for cyclists and walkers to enjoy the bay view. Officials highlighted that the new commercial spaces aim to attract small businesses, creating jobs and expanding dining choices for locals. The ongoing effort is part of a broader strategy to revitalize Wildwood's waterfront while preserving open space for families and visitors.
Today, Wildwood marks the nation's 250th birthday with a full day of celebrations across the boardwalk. City officials have opened historical exhibits that showcase the town's role in early American trade, while local vendors offer special promotions along the promenade. Exhibits in the town hall showcase colonial artifacts and early photographs of Wildwood. At sunset, a fireworks display will light the shoreline, drawing residents and visitors alike to the beach. Boardwalk promotions feature discounted rides on the vintage carousel and special deals at local shops. Organizers say the lineup includes live music, family-friendly games, and food trucks serving classic fare. The festivities run through the evening, giving anyone strolling the boardwalk a chance to pause and reflect on the milestone. With the community gathering for each event, the day blends remembrance with the simple pleasure of a seaside summer.
The Barefoot Country Music Fest turned the Wildwood Boardwalk into a lively stage last month, drawing thousands of music lovers to the seaside promenade. Organizers said the annual event featured a mix of classic honky-tonk and fresh country acts, keeping crowds dancing from sunrise until the lights went down. Local vendors reported brisk sales as concert-goers snapped photos, bought souvenirs, and sampled the area's famous seafood. The festival also lined up with the town's 250th anniversary celebrations, adding extra buzz to an already festive atmosphere. Tourism officials noted the surge in out-of-town visitors helped lift hotel occupancy and restaurant revenue throughout June. Residents enjoyed the chance to showcase Wildwood's hospitality while supporting the local economy, and many said the music and community spirit made the boardwalk feel like a true summer destination.
North Wildwood officials have begun emergency sand replenishment and dune stabilization work along the town's shoreline. The effort started on April 1st after a winter storm left significant erosion, prompting a state of emergency. Crews are moving thousands of cubic yards of sand onto vulnerable stretches, then anchoring the new dunes with vegetation and geotextile mats. The goal is to restore beach width before the summer season, protecting both family outings and waterfront properties from further loss. Residents will see heavy equipment and temporary access closures on popular boardwalk sections as the project proceeds. The municipality says the work will continue through the coming weeks, with daily updates posted at the town hall and online. Officials stress that completing the repairs quickly is essential to keep the coastline safe for swimmers, anglers, and local businesses that rely on beach traffic.
ISBW Wrestling is gearing up for a Legends of Wrestling night at the Wildwoods Convention Center on July 23rd. The show promises a mix of classic matches and surprise appearances, giving both longtime fans and newcomers a chance to relive iconic moments. Organizers say the event rounds out this summer's lineup, offering an affordable night out for families, couples, and tourists exploring the shore. Ticket holders can expect a full arena atmosphere, complete with retro music, themed concessions, and opportunities to meet former champions. Local businesses anticipate a boost in foot traffic, especially restaurants and boutique shops nearby. With the heat of midsummer still on the horizon, the wrestling spectacle aims to provide a cool, high-energy alternative to the usual beach crowds. Seats are selling fast, so anyone interested should plan ahead.
Now let's turn to the forecast and see what sunshine or surf awaits you tonight.
A lingering low-pressure system under a westerly jet fuels tonight's overcast and brief rain burst. The all-time high for July 21st in Wildwood sits at degrees set back in 2018 during an unrelenting heat wave that pushed the region into the upper 90s for several days. The record low is 57 degrees, recorded in 2025 when an Arctic dip slipped unusually far south, dumping a cold front that plunged night temperatures into the 50s. By contrast, today's climatological average hovers around 74 degrees high and 64 degrees low. That baseline reflects a modestly humid midsummer climate, with dew points typically in the low 70s. On the live loop, the reflectivity band stretches from the western lake across the county, marching eastward at roughly 15 miles per hour. The band will brush Wildwood at 6:30, peak around 7, then thin out as the westerly jet at 47 miles per hour shears it away. By 7:15, the city should be clear, allowing us to pivot to tonight's outlook. At 6 p.m., the sky hangs in a thick, overcast blanket, while temperatures sit at 79 degrees with a dew point in the mid-70s, keeping humidity near 90%. A low-pressure center drifting eastward is easing lower, feeding the unsettled feel, and a westerly jet aloft at 47 miles per hour drives the lingering moisture across the region. Surface winds gust to 27 miles per hour from the south, with sustained breezes around 14, making it feel noticeably brisk. The UV index reads 8, and the strongest gusts will top 22 miles per hour later this evening. No watches or warnings are in effect. With the rain band exiting shortly, we now turn to the 5-day outlook. Looking ahead, Wednesday brings the warmest day of the period with highs climbing to 84 degrees and lows dropping to 68. A broad overcast layer will linger, and the model shows a 45% chance of rain as the low-pressure trough nudges the jet stream southward. Thursday and Friday break the cloud cover, delivering clear skies and comfortable highs of 75, with lows holding steady around 68. Saturday and Sunday continue the dry spell, the sun shining on highs of 75 and lows easing to 66, a modest dip that reflects the retreating ridge aloft. The temperature swing from midweek to the weekend offers a pleasant cooldown after the brief rain risk. And that's your weather. Remember, the local sunset is also available as a podcast. Listen anytime on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts.
Coming up, we'll check today's traffic flow, highlight the Grinch movie marathon, and preview the top 25 under 25 ballots. We will be right back.
If you run a venue, a comedy night, a concert, a fundraiser, you already know the hardest part isn't the show. It's selling the seats. Theaterfiller changes that. In minutes, you're set up with your own ticketing page, QR code delivery, and a door scanner. No technical headaches. No middleman taking a cut of your night. Your event, your tickets, your revenue. Go to theaterfiller.com and fill every seat.
The biggest story this afternoon is that all major routes are running smoothly. I-95, US 1, Route 33 and Main Street show no delays, and the bridge over the river is clear. Downtown arteries like Ocean Avenue and the Parkway are moving at normal speed, and the commuter lane on the expressway is free of backups. With no accidents or construction reported, drivers can expect a steady flow for now. Look ahead to the evening rush, though, as school dismissals start around 3:30 and the beachside corridor typically builds up after 5. Expect a modest increase on the coastal road and the turnpike heading north as commuters head home. Keep an eye on the weather line for any sudden rain that could slick the lanes later. A minor resurfacing project on the outskirts near Willow Creek is slated to start later this evening, but it isn't affecting traffic now. Otherwise, enjoy the open roads while they last.
Tonight, Crest Arts Pavilion lights up for a free screening of The Grinch, a perfect family-friendly way to start the evening. If you're craving music, Sunset Lake's live music series kicks off now with local bands playing on the water's edge, giving you a breezy soundtrack for your stroll. For a little stretch, Wildwood Yoga on the beach offers a sunrise session right on the sand, ideal for clearing your mind before the day's heat. And later, the Crest Arts Pavilion hosts its original music series, showcasing fresh talent in a relaxed, free admission setting. Looking ahead, tomorrow Wildwood Crest rolls out its summer music series and food truck festival, a major outdoor celebration you won't want to miss. And on Thursday, the town's Friday night fireworks promise a spectacular show over the harbor. That's today's lineup. Enjoy the sunshine and the sounds of Wildwood. And now here's Luke with sports.
Here's the latest on Philadelphia's Flyers and Phillies as summer unfolds. The Broad Street hockey site invites fans to shape the summer 26 top 25 under 20 ranking for the Philadelphia Flyers. Over the coming weeks, readers can submit their own order of the young talent, adding a community voice to the off-season analysis. Broad Street Hockey highlights 5 Philadelphia Flyers whose contracts and extensions place them under minimal pressure heading into the September opening night. While some teammates face heightened scrutiny, these 5 can focus on development without the immediate need to prove themselves on the ice. Broad Street Hockey launches its summer edition of the Top 25 Under-20 series, spotlighting emerging Philadelphia Flyers talent across the NHL, junior leagues, and overseas clubs. The feature offers a snapshot of the organization's youthful depth as the offseason gains momentum. Broad Street Hockey notes a quiet stretch in Flyers coverage as key players Zegras and Drysdale are secured. With limited news, writers are filling pages with speculation, including a rumor about McDavid eyeing Philadelphia and a hypothetical trade involving Brier and Boston. Phillies Nation reports that while Trea Turner delivered a standout offensive night with 3 hits, 2 homers and a double in a 10-7 victory, defensive lapses extended beyond him. The article argues that broader fielding issues, not just Turner, are affecting the team's performance. Broad Street Hockey details defenseman Jamie Drysdale's 4-year, $26 million extension with the Philadelphia Flyers. Drysdale cites the organization's culture, competitive outlook, and personal growth opportunities as key reasons for committing long-term, following a similar deal for forward Trevor Zegras.
St. George's Beach Outlet on the Wildwood Boardwalk has become a bright spot this summer. Owner Nancy Salib says the shop, which sells beachwear, sunglasses, and quick snacks, saw a surge in sales after a quiet start, especially during the 4th of July holiday week. The flood of visitors has turned the storefront into a gathering place, and the extra traffic is spilling over to nearby cafes and surf schools, giving the whole boardwalk a lively boost. Nancy adds that every new customer feels like a neighbor returning home. That personal touch is why St. George's matters to Wildwood. It keeps the boardwalk humming and reminds us that summer is a shared celebration. Finally, a splash of good news. Seahorse Farm Winery opens in Cape May, bringing fresh flavors to our shore.
If you run a venue, a comedy night, a concert, a fundraiser, you already know the hardest part isn't the show. It's selling the seats. Theaterfiller changes that. In minutes, you're set up with your own ticketing page, QR code delivery, and a door scanner. No technical headaches. No middleman taking a cut of your night. Your event, your tickets, your revenue. Go to theaterfiller.com and fill every seat.
On a July afternoon, a short drive south of Wildwood, families gather at the Cape May Lighthouse for a surprise. The tower rises against rolling dunes and the Atlantic's glittering surf, its lantern room draped with lights and garlands. Children clutch candy canes shaped like shells as Santa, still in his red suit but with a straw hat tucked under his arm, steps onto the sandy promenade, leaving tiny footprints in the warm sand. A bakery set up a stand offering peppermint ice cream and sugar cookies, the scent of treats mixing with salty sea breeze. Parents smile as they watch their kids pose for photos with Santa, the lighthouse lantern casting a soft glow that mirrors the joy in their eyes. The moment that makes this gathering unforgettable arrives when Santa pauses, looks out over the water and says, "Even in July, the spirit of Christmas lives in every heart that gathers together." It reminds us that celebration belongs to the love we share, not the calendar. As the sun dips lower, the lighthouse stands as a beacon of community, a gentle reminder that joy can be found wherever we gather.
Here on the sun-kissed stretch of the Wildwoods Boardwalk, families and friends gather under a bright July sky, towels unfurling on the soft, powder-fine sand that locals have lovingly tended for generations. The buzz today comes from the USA Today 10 Best Readers' Choice Awards, which have once again crowned the Wildwoods Free Beaches as New Jersey's top coastal destination, marking a remarkable 3rd year in a row. I spoke with longtime lifeguard Maria Hernandez, who watches the tide roll in and out, and she told me how the community's pride shines brighter with each accolade. "It's not just the sand," she said. "It's the laughter of kids building castles, the scent of salty sea air mingling with boardwalk pretzel carts, and the feeling that everyone belongs." That spirit is what the judges highlighted: pristine dunes, family-friendly vibes, and a boardwalk humming with music and friendly faces. As the sun dips low, casting a golden glow over the shoreline, the award feels less like a trophy and more like a shared celebration of place. When a whole town can rally around simple, sun-filled moments, we're reminded that the best vacations are those we make together.
Thank you, Wildwood, for joining us on the local sunset. Tonight's brave rescue on the beach reminded us how a quick-thinking neighbor can change lives. Stay safe, keep an eye on the weather, and tune in tomorrow for more community stories. I'm Jessica Hart, signing off.